It is time to do CSS battle. We have the bar H range. I don't know if that's even right, but whatever. It's an H with a over and underline. We try to on this channel. Nope. Can't talk and chew gum at the same time. Sorry. We try to start out with kind of a very straightforward solution, like most people that are new to CSS battle might try. So we're going to do that. So we're going to select the body. We're going to make the background of the body that color. I don't know what color that is. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're going to do. How do we want to do the rest of this? There are multiple ways of thinking about this. Yep, there are multiple ways of thinking about this. One way of thinking about it is we have a yellow box that is hidden by some gray, I don't know what color, things, or we can have some yellow boxes. I don't know. Could do either. Let's do yellow boxes. Let's do that. So we're gonna need some divs. We're gonna need one, two, three. I think three. Depending. There are a lot of ways we can do it. We can do it with five. That was wrong. We can do it with five. I think we can do it with three. Let's try it. So we're going to select our div. We're going to say background, yellow. And I've probably already messed myself up. Let's see. Do we want to do that background yellow? No, we don't. We don't want that. We're going to say border. We're going to say border block yellow 20 pixels solid. Oops, not that. That. Okay. We're going to put an outline around each of these so we can see what we're doing. Outline 1, Q, solid, blue. Okay, there are our divs. Border is too thick. 10 pixels. Okay, that's better. First one. Oh, wait. I have to think about this the right way. Yeah, I have to think about this the right way. Our border actually needs to go back to 20 pixels. Because here's what we're going to do. We're going to say height. Height. I don't know what it is. 100 pixels. That's too tall, but that's okay. Okay. Right now we're going to style a box that goes right here. And it has these yellow lines as the yellow lines. The borders are the yellow lines. So we need some margin. We need margin 20. Whoops. 20. If we give this thing a width, which is an option, we can give it a width. Let's load the extension. Because right now it's too wide, so we could say width, in other words, 200. Might be right, but now we need to say auto. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so now that's cool. We have a box right here that is correct. Now we need this next box to be correct. We can make it correct in a couple ways. First, we need to select it with a subsequent div selector. And we can say margin 0 auto. We can say minus 20. Let's say minus 40. Interesting. I think the problem now is that the height needs to be different, which is okay. Height, 120 pixels. So now we have the top box, we have this box, and then we have an extra box down at the bottom. That extra box is what we need to do next because we're going to make it the sides. So we can say subsequent div. We can say border block 0. I think it's going to be okay. We could say border inline. I don't know, 40 pixels solid still there. Not nearly wide enough. 80, maybe. And then we say margin. I don't know, minus 100. Auto. Minus 200. Okay, getting close. Now it needs some height. Height's going to be 150. I don't know. We need to go up some more. Minus 220, 210, 215. Might be right. Nope. Let's try 220. Yeah, that looks right. Now it just needs more height. 160. Nope. 40. Now we have a problem. Oh, we made that thing too tall. Can we put this back at 100? And now the other thing's off. So let's move it back down. 200. There. Okay. Now, if we can get rid of all the outlines, we should have a match. I'm just submitting to the back end by hitting Control Enter. It's faster than grabbing the mouse and going down to the button. Okay, that is a match. We have 607. We have 406. Well, we had 416 characters when we submitted. We've gotten rid of some comments. We're down to 386. We can hit the minify button and be down to 250. We can try replacing some pixel values with other units and get to 246 and submit. Let's prettify, put our units back. There are some places we don't even need units. We can get rid of units there. We can get rid of units there. Other places we need them where we have them. What did unit replace fix? It fixed everything that's left. Yeah, everything that's left. Okay. If we wanted a lower score for CSSBattle, what can we do? Whoops, I did this yesterday. I'm going to do it again. Control F. I'm not in the editor. Control F. Yeah. Okay, we can replace div with, whoops, P. Replace all. Still matches, but we've saved some characters. Let's minify, submit, prettify. Also, for paragraphs, we don't need closing tags. Again, for CSSBattle, don't write your CSS this way. Or this is actually markup, but don't write real stuff this way. Minify, submit, prettify. That gets us down to 214. Are there other ways we could approach this? Well, of course there are. All right, here's a interesting way that I want to try. I don't know if it's going to be efficient, but it's going to be something I want to do. So we're going to try gradients. We could, in theory, just do this with one, but I don't know. I'm just going to select the HTML and I'm going to make it background. Yeah, I'm going to make it background this color. And then I'm going to select the body. I'm going to make it background. Background. It's going to be conic gradient. It's going to go from yellow to whatever this color is. So when we start drawing a conic gradient, we get that. We want to use our conic gradients to draw squares. So we're going to say it goes from 75% to 25% that. So we have a bluish square in our yellow background. Now, because we're doing CSSBattle, we can cheat and we can just say 0 there and we get the same exact result. Doesn't matter. Now, in this case, what I'm trying to draw is basically what I've drawn, but it's too big. I want to draw this square and leave everything else yellow. So to do that, I need to come in here and I can say at, and I don't know what the value is, 40 pixels, comma. Okay, now we have a smaller square up in the corner. It's much smaller than we want, but that's okay because we know how to fix that. We can say it's 100 pixels. It's going to be 92. And I don't know, let's try 90. Nope, that's way too much. 72. And we have the weird margins. Okay, well, we need to address margins anyway. So let's address margins because our body is too close to the edges. It needs to come in some. So let's say margin 20. And then that's going to change the values of this thing to 70, 80, and 60. Okay. So there is that square. Now we want that square at all of the corners. Because we are using background shorthand, we can have a background offset, which we're going to say for right now is just 0, 0, and we can have a background size. Our size horizontally is going to be something like, I don't know, 200 pixels, probably more than that, yeah. And our size vertically is also going to be something like 200 pixels. That one actually might be correct. So by specifying the background size, what is happening is the background is forcing itself to repeat at an interval of its size. The default background repeat property is repeat, I think. And so what we're seeing here, we can say no repeat. Repeat, and that wouldn't happen, but we want it to repeat. That's what we want it to do. We just need it to repeat a little bit differently. I think this one's closer to 300. Not quite. Let's try 280. That might be right. Yeah, so now we have that background repeating in places where we kind of want it, which is the point. Now we just need to mask out these two spots somehow. And for that, we're going to use another conic gradient. We're going to put this one on top of the other one. So we're going to say conic gradient. We're going to put a comma. We're just going to say red, blue to get something to draw. Okay, now we have something drawing. That's cool. This one is going to be a little different. Oh, I might be in trouble with this. We'll see. We're going to go from red to transparent. And we're going to use the same trick as before, are we? I don't know. I'm going to say 75% and 0. So now we have a box there that is shining through, and I think I have this exactly backwards of how I want it. Yeah, pretty sure I do. That's okay. We can fix it. We're going to put transparent here, and we're going to put red here, and now we have a different situation. So we're going to push this down. It's probably the wrong size right now, but we're going to start by pushing it down. We're going to push it down 20. No, that's over, but that's okay. We're going to push it down 20 pixels. And we're going to push it over 100 pixels. Not right, but starting to get closer to right. Okay, so now we don't want it red. We want it this color. And it's too far over. Let's push it 80 pixels. Now we know it's not wide enough, so it needs to be wider. So we're going to say at, and I don't know where it is right now. We're going to start with 100 pixels. That's clearly not enough. 200 is exactly correct. It's also too tall, so let's say 100 pixels. And there is the new box that we've drawn. Now we're going to force this one to repeat as well. We want it to not repeat at all in the X direction. So we're just going to give it a big number like 400 pixels. And in the Y direction, we're going to say, how tall are we? 100, so 120 pixels. And that forces it to repeat in this axis. I said 120 pixels because I assumed this little gap was 20. So we are 100 tall plus 20 gets it to repeat in the right place. Okay. Let's unit replace, minify, submit. That is indeed a better score. It's a 179. It's an interesting way to approach it. It's probably not the most efficient way to approach it today. The most efficient way to approach it today is probably borders. Yeah, it's probably borders. Which we did. We did a border solution. But I think uh, oh, I have some bad ideas. Um, let's try something stupid. We're gonna start with a style. We're gonna pick our HTML with the ampersand selector. We're gonna say border. Uh, it's gonna be weird. 80 pixels, yellow, solid. We have the diff on, so we see that. Okay. Probably want a background of this color and a semicolon so things work. Okay. Now we want a margin on this, and it's going to be 80, 20. 90, 80. It's tall. It's taller than I want. Oh, you know what that is? You know what that is? Let's do a trick here. Border, 0, 80. Oh, it's not what I want at all. Border, width. I think that's what I want. That's pretty good. Okay. We have the edges. Now we have to do the other things. We can do it the same way we did before, but I secretly suspect we can cheat. Let's try something. I'm going to add a paragraph tag here. And of course, we don't see the paragraph tag because it has no height. Well, it has no height because we kind of forced it to have no height. I'm going to make it have a height, but not with a height. That sounds dumb. Can I put my selector here even? Outline, 1Q, solid green, yep. Okay, there is my paragraph tag. I'm going to give it a border. Border, 10 pixels. Is the color still there? No, it's not. This color, solid. There is the thing. Margin, minus 50, 0, 80, 70, getting close. 70, 60, 68, and minus 10, 8. That looks right. That is a weird margin. It's because of the body. The body has an 8 pixel margin that is pushing things around. Now what we can do is have another paragraph tag. Now the question is, where is this other paragraph tag? It's probably off-screen high. That's my guess. Let's see if we can find it. Margin 0. Outline 1Q solid. Oh, there it's starting to come down. Let's see, 100, 0, or minus 8, minus 8. 150, So minus 100, 170. That's close. The outline may just be, yeah, nope, not quite. 172. Nope, 68. Weird on the edge. Minus 8, minus 10. No, I don't know. Maybe it's just pine. There's a weird artifact on the edge. I don't know why. Okay, well, we'll deal with it. It's the outline. It's this outline, dummy. There's two outlines. Okay, so, wait a minute. The green one's on bottom? No. No, the green one's on top. But since we have to have some negative margin, that introduces an interesting idea. What if it were backwards? What if everything were backwards? Let's get a solution first. Let's plus paragraph. And let's add another p tag to our DOM. There it is. This one we have to say margin. It's going to be more than 250 minus 8 minus 200. Okay, that's too far down. Let's make it 200. Okay, now we're getting close. Actually, that might be it. Probably it. Let's get rid of the outline. And let's get rid of this outline. That is a match. It's 172 characters if we minify it. But I have an even worse idea. What if we did it backwards? What if we made the top one the bottom one and then used negative margin? So what does that look like? I don't know. Let's try something stupid. We're going to push all of our p tags off screen, most of them off screen, but that's okay. We can fix it. Let's turn off the diff for a minute, and let's make that negative go away. Can't do that. Okay. That pushed the top p tag down to about the middle, and the others off screen. But I'm going to keep pushing it down for a minute. 170, 80. Looks like it's too far. Yeah, it's too far. Let's try 178, 68. Oh, I'm changing the wrong one. 78. Maybe it's 80. Yeah, it's 80. Okay. And then minus 100. Minus 200. What's happening? Minus 220. Okay, that's making things interesting. Let's get rid of margin here. And let's get rid of margin here. Minus 230, 40, 50, 80, 300, 320. That's fancy. I think that's a match. Then we match at 143 characters. Okay. Now, we have border twice. I don't like having border twice. We redeclare border width here. So let's try something stupid. Do I care if I get background? So what's going on there? What forced that to happen? It's the border width? It's not, well, right. Okay, let's get rid of these selectors entirely because they're not doing anything. So what's going on? I think the problem is border width. So let's try something. Let's put that in its own selector. It's not the only problem, evidently. Hmm. Okay, we did have a working solution, right? Okay. Wait. Ah! Okay. Here we had a working solution. Let's get rid of that. And let's have a new star selector. Oh, you know what's happening. When I use star selectors, stuff's applying to the body. And it's changing everything. That's what's happening when I use star selector. Okay. Can I use star comma P? Looks like it. No, no, no. Uh, Here we could say, well, let's not do that. Let's make this border 10 pixels, and it doesn't matter because we're overriding the width, and then we can get rid of that one. I thought, you know what? We can't because ampersand, we need to isolate this. That didn't work like I thought, did it? Okay. What did I break? 80? No. Let's go back. Nope. Okay. Working. Let's do an ampersand selector. And let's just move the margin. Fine. Let's just move the background. Fine. Let's just move border width. Not fine. Can we get rid of border here? No. Why not? I'm confused by that. Oh, that I think should work. Why is it not working? I think that should work. I need border there. I shouldn't. That one's not making any difference. There is my shape. So what's applying to my shape? The margin's applying to my shape. The background is applying to my shape. Have a border width. Let's I mean, this has to be controlling that, right? Red. Yes. I'm doing something just basically stupid. All right. I'm going to pause and I'll come back if I figure it out. Okay. I haven't tried it yet, but I think I figured something out. What I figured out is I'm an idiot. I think most of us knew that. Let's close that like we were a good developer. And let's select this and let's move it down to there. See, CSS order matters. I was declaring border 10 pixels after I was declaring border width, which was effectively overriding it. I need to change the order so that my last declaration applies rather than my first declaration. So now I think I can delete that. Yeah. There are no units to replace. 10 pixels is not replaceable. Sometimes you can get away with 11Q, not always. We should check colors. If I have white and I need this color, there's no good substitutes. If I have this color and I need yellow, there's no good substitutes. Yeah, that's probably what we got today. Minify, submit. Yeah, I'm okay. 114. I'm pretty pleased with that. Pretty pleased with that. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.